Welcome to my channel PSP Protect. Today we will see how to import setting files in Omicron Relay Test Kit. Now Omicron Relay Test Kit is a very popular numerical relay testing equipment in the field of power sector. Now in case of distance differential relays, especially numerical relays, there are setting files which need to be imported into the test universe software of Omicron relay test kit. Let's start with the GE MyCom relays and see how the setting files are imported in case of GE MyCom relays. In case of G relay or MyCom relay, we need to first select the relay for which the setting files will be extracted. Now here we will perform it for a distance relay. Now let's select the distance relay and right click on the setting file. It's a P442 relay, and then go to export and export it to the XREO format and save it on the desktop. This is the first step for the procedure. The next step is to open the test universe software. Now as we are doing it for a distance relay, so let's move on to the advanced distance module in the test universe. In case of advanced distance module, we have to move on to the file test object and there open the file folder option and go to the PTL folder. In the PTL folder we will get the various PTL files. These are actually the template files. So when we select one of this template file, you can see that these template files are also in XREO format, but they are having the default parameters for various settings. Now these default parameters are not of our use in case of testing, because we are going to test any particular relay with a particular setting. So here what we are getting is not any particular setting but a default setting. So to import that particular setting, we have to select that XREO files which we have saved in the desktop. So for that, again go to the file and select import relay setting. Now here you have to select a filter. For this XREO we have to select standard XREO filter and then select the file that we have saved. Now one error message is coming, so no need to worry, just click on continue. And now if you see the various settings in this template, now you can see that those settings which are there in the folder have got imported into this file. And now we can test the relay as per the setting. You can also see that the impedance curve has been constructed as per the setting of the relay. Now let's move on to Schneider relays. Now Schneider, Areva, Alstom, all these MyCom relays are of same type. So for that, for Schneider relay especially, we need to open the SRG Studio, because this is the software for Schneider relays. Now here we are going to take a differential relay. So similarly open the differential relay, go to the setting folder and extract the export the setting files in the Xrio format. Include hidden settings also and click on OK. Save the setting file on the desktop as it was shown in case of the GE relays also. Now move on to the test universe software of Omicron, and now we have to select the differential module, the differential operating characteristic module, because we will test this relay using the characteristic curve. Now to get that characteristic curve, we will see what is the procedure. Now this is the default characteristic curve which is there in the module. Now move on to the test object same way and open the PTL folder and select the Snyder relay. And select the relay P642 and select that template. Now you can see in this template also there are default settings. So these are the settings which are by default there in this template. So when we want to use the settings of the relay we are going to test, then again we need to import that Xrio file which we have saved. Now it need to be mentioned that in case of this Omicron test universe, move on to the file and import settings, and same we have to use that standard filter for Xrio files. So here you can see that Snyder MyCom P642. This is the file which we have saved. Now select it and open it. Now you can see that 67 parameter values has been imported. Now if we open, now you will see that these are the settings which are there in the relay which we want to test. Now it is very important thing to mention here that these PTL files are there in the Omicron website and we need to download them from the website and install them in your computer. Then only when we open the test object folder you can get those PTL files. Otherwise by default in the Omicron test universe there are no PTL files. So you need to install the PTL files for the relay on which you want to work. Next we'll move on to Siemens relays. Now in case of Siemens relay, we do not need any template file or PTL from the PTL folder. What we need is a simple Rio file. So for that, first we have to open the settings or the relay settings. In the offline mode we can do it, or in the online mode when it is connected to the relay. Now as we open any of the setting, suppose here we are opening a distance relay, so move on to the setting folder and then setting group A you can see the distance zone quadrilateral. So open this distance zone quadrilateral and go to the export setting. Here all the various zones are given. In the export setting, the very important thing to remember is change this maximum voltage to 110 volt, because our voltage level is 110 volt, which we use in the power sector. Otherwise the parameter values will differ or change. And then save this RIO files on the desktop. This is a RIO file, you can see. This is not an XRIO file. So this is a 7SA 522 distance relay. So we have exported the RIO file on the desktop. Now we need to move on to the Omicron software or the Test Universe software. In the Test Universe software, in the similar way, we will open the advanced distance, and in the advanced distance we will go to the test object. In the test object we will go to the file, and on this RIO go to the file and import, and then we need to select the RIO file which we have saved on the desktop and open it. So it will simply give us the data in this RIO device. The things, all the values for the distance quadrilateral will be imported, but the value which will not get imported is this line length parameter, which we have to fill it manually, and we can get our desired curve for the testing. Next one is the G multiline relay. Now G multiline relay are the like D60 or D30 relays. For that we need to open the NR Vista UR Engineer, NR Vista software, Viewpoint Engineer. Now in this you can see that we have already having a saved file, and we will right click and export, go to the export setting file, and we need to select the setting group which we want to test, not all the group, and click on OK. Now it will be exported in the CSV format, and simply save it on the desktop in the CSV format. Next, move on to the Test Universe software. In the Test Universe software it was a distance relay, so again advanced distance module, and in the advanced distance module go to the test object. In the test object go to the file and open the file, and here you can see in the G folder of the PTL files you will get the D30 or D60 relay. Now we are having a D60 XRIO D60 files, D60 relay we are having, whose settings we have exported. So we have selected the D60 template. Now in this D60 template, again all the values which are there are the default values. We need to import the original value of the relay for which we will perform the test. Now for that, again go to the file option and import settings. These are all default values. And you will not get any curve also in this default value. So now let's import the relay setting. Now here you can see the GENR Vista CSV setting. Here we need to select this filter for GENR Vista CSV setting, and then go to the desktop and select the CSV file for that relay. And you can see 187 parameter values got imported. Now as you can open this CT settings, you will see that the setting of the relay is here in this Test Universe software. Everything is here, all the data, all the parameters are there, and distance parameters phase wise as well as ground distance, all the settings are there. Now when we open the impedance value, you can see that the curve is not there. So for that, what we need to open is in the additional information, the trip output, and you have to select all this ground and phase distance, and now you can see that the curve is complete for your testing. Next, move on to the cell relays, SEL relays. In case of cell relay, we need to open the accelerator software. In the accelerator software, first go to the setting, and you can see there are various setting values. So to export, here we have to export actually two files. One is the setting file, another is the logic file. So you need to move on to the tool option. This is the logic file, you can see. And this is the setting file. So first move on to the tool option. In the tool option, go to the setting and export. Now here you can get the group 1 setting. So this is the setting part which are getting exported. The next is the logic part. So again go to the tool, settings, export, and now move downward and you will get cell logic. So we have selected the group 1, or we will test for group 1. So let's select the cell logic 1 and again export. Both of these setting files are saved in the desktop. Now you can see that both these files are in the desktop. Now move on to the advanced distance. In the advanced distance module of Test Universe, go to the test object. Similar way, open the PTL file, go to the cell folder, select the relay cell 311C and open. So this is the template of the cell file or the cell relay, but the settings are default settings. Now we need to import the setting through filters. Now for cell also there is a different filter. Now these are the default parameters or the default impedance diagram. Now go to the file and select import relay setting. Now we have to select this cell 5030.txt settings. Now the setting files which we have saved are in txt format or text format. So select the file. So at a time select one file. You can see 50 parameters has been imported. Now you can see that the curve is not proper. Proper curve is not there. So now what we need to do is we need to import the cell logic setting. Same filter we will use, cell 5030 text setting, and now we will select the setting cell logic setting. Now one parameter has been imported. Now you can see that your complete curve is there. This is for line to line, face to face, and this is for face to ground. So all the settings got imported and is ready for testing. So in this way, for different relays we can import the setting files very easily, and this makes the work more easy for us to test various kind of relays. There are various number of filters in this Omicron test universe which will be used for importing those setting files. Thanks for watching my video, and I would like to get your suggestions or any query. Thank you.